Oh! So, part 2 on starting on a later bike. So, now what you want to do is you're getting comfortable with the power of the bike. Now, when you're cruising on the road, but a good idea what I do, because the throttle can be sensitive. You can do 80 miles an hour in first gear on this bike. It's extremely powerful, extremely fast. You can do, I think, 120 in second gear. But sometimes when you're cruising on like 25 miles an hour, first gear is a little bit so sensitive, it's hard to cruise comfortably. Because it's kind of like jump, jump, jump. So what I do is, I'll shift to second or even third gear. So that way it's a lot more tame, it's a lot more docile. I can one-hand it without worrying about it jumping back. But don't one-hand it, obviously, like I said before. So even when you're making turns, if you're gonna make a turn to a street, I would always shift in second. Second is not as sensitive as first. To making a turn to first is very difficult without it jumping too much. So that's definitely a tip you should consider. Also, like I said before, this bike is very, very, very powerful. You can stretch your gears very, very long. Like my buddy who started on the Hayabusa, he felt like he had to shift at 35 miles an hour. When I say this thing will do 80 miles an hour in first gear, I mean it. Like when I'm in first gear, miles an hour. Just like that. What's up? So, but for you, for right now, long, straight, empty roads is your friend. And don't get on the freeway. If you're starting on a Hayabusa or a leader bike, I would wait, man, I would wait about 2,000 to 3,000 miles to the freeway. Obviously, it's up to your discretion. If you feel you're ready, go ahead, but I doubt it. But hey, you're starting on a Hayabusa, so you're already breaking the norm and breaking the statistics, so why not break another one? I think a big thing that you need that doesn't have to do with this stuff is you gotta be patient. You'd be surprised how hard it is to be patient when you have this much power. Because you're going to want to pass up everybody and everything on the road. And you can with this bike. That's why it's so tempting. You can beat anything and anybody. The problem is you don't have the skill to do so. And two, you can't always take that carrot. You know, that dangling carrot. You got a lot of power in it. It's begging to be used. This bike begs to be at 150 miles an hour. You know what I mean? You don't want to ride at 30 miles. No, this thing wants to be cruising at 100 miles an hour, blazing at 150, 160. And you're going to want to exploit that, but you can't, because first of all, you're going to get a bunch of tickets and go to jail. And second of all, that's how cats get in accidents. Be down in a residential area like this and you just all of a sudden want to do 100 miles an hour. What do you think is going to happen when somebody pulls out? If you're going to do it, which you will, I assure you will, do something stupid on this. If you're going to do something stupid, go to the freeway. Go to a secluded area. Remember what I said before? If you're going to do something wrong, do it right. Alright, you're doing something wrong by speeding? Well, do it right and go somewhere where nobody is at. Where you're not going to hit anything and you're not going to get busted by cops. Don't be an idiot. So you need to have patience and self-control. Patience, because sometimes, okay, you see somebody in front of you going slow. yeah, if I hit it, I can go past them, but a lot of times it's not the appropriate time to do something like that. And you're gonna want to do it every time because you can, but you gotta resist that temptation, because that's when bad stuff happens. When you constantly get anxious and rambunctious. Hold on, fellas. Constantly getting anxious and rambunctious. That's when you slip up, man. That's when something bad happens. You all seen it in motorcycle accidents. On the news, guy was doing 120 miles an hour down a residential street and bang. Stupid. They couldn't. Those people, they couldn't resist it. They were feeling it. Remember that video I showed y'all? If you haven't seen it, then there's a video on my YouTube page. It's Royal Oak Bike Night, and it says wheelie bust. Look it up. It's probably like 2 minutes into that video. There's a guy, middle of downtown, Royal Oak. He pops a quick wheelie. I mean, it's like a little mini wheelie. What up, man? Just yearn. I mean, he barely, I think he pops it up for a second, literally a second. They got him. Cops got him. Got him and towed his bike. He had to walk home. I was right there. I had the video of them towing his bike, but I deleted it by accident. So, you know how it is. He was just feeling it. Grab him. It was a nice night. A lot of women around. Got your fellas around. Everybody's down there with their bikes. You're feeling good. All right, what the heck? Hey, woo! Bam. You know, you can't take that carrot every time, man. Can't take that carrot. It's dangling. You know you want to do it. You know, it's hard. Right? Everyone says it. It's hard not to speed on a motorcycle. A lot of people who don't ride motorcycles just don't understand why we want to ride fast all the time. It's because it's so easy and it feels good. Why do you think people look at sports cars with envy? Because it's beautiful and it's fast. Everyone wants to go fast. It's a rush. Don't nobody go to Cedar Point to go slow. You want to go to Cedar Point because you want to feel that adrenaline rush of whooshing through the air at 60 miles an hour, hitting the turn, going upside down. We like adrenaline, man. It's one of the best drugs. And you're going to like it too. And this thing will give you all kinds of adrenaline. There's nothing like it. Riding this, screw that stinking roller coaster. This sucker will send you into next weekend. You have never felt this. You've never felt the type of acceleration that a leader bike will give you, unless you've been in a 9-second car on a drag strip, which most of us, I'm assuming, haven't.